Hi clients and friends, Mike Brady here. This week I want to talk about, are you retirement guessing or are you retirement planning? Many years ago, it was very standard to talk about your retirement as an income, how much you were going to receive per month. You would work for a corporation for 20 or 30 years, you'd go down to the HR department and they'd say, when you reach a certain amount, you're going to get 60% or 70 or 75% of your highest average salary, and we'll just do this little computation here and you'll be receiving X amount per month. And that's what you focused on, is the income that you would receive upon your retirement. Well, it's shifted, particularly starting in the 80s and the 90s. People would say, how much do I need to retire? $500,000, $1 million, $1.5 million. It turned into a dollar value, not necessarily an income number, and definitely not an income number that was guaranteed. What would happen traditionally is you would work during your lifetime. You knew that you would retire at a certain age, maybe 55 or 60 or 65. The company, in order to meet that liability that they had for you of a certain pension for the rest of your life, and perhaps your spouse as well, a continuation for your spouse, is they would save up money. While you were working, they would set aside some money for you. And then upon your retirement date, they would effectively annuitize that amount of money. They might have a contract with the insurance company and say, listen, here's X amount of money. It's a 65-year-old male. The insurance company would say, oh, the life expectancy for this person is X number of years. This is how we're going to get to, so much per month. Well, once again, that's not very common. Pretty much has gone by the wayside. Many government organizations still have that, and that's a great benefit because you can say, this is how much I'm going to get my Social Security, this is how much I'm going to get from my pension, and I have to make up the rest from perhaps investments. Well, you can do something very similar on your own. If you've got an IRA, if you've got a Roth IRA, or you've just got non-qualified, just kind of regular money, you can do the same type of thing. There are variable annuity and fixed annuities that have this guaranteed withdrawal minimum benefit riders. Essentially, you give money. It's not, by the way, it's not an immediate annuity. So I want to clarify that. You give your money to either a variable annuity or a fixed annuity, and you purchase a rider on it. That rider is the guarantee from the insurance company that they will pay out when you decide to turn on that spigot, that income withdrawal benefit, for a certain amount for the rest of your life. So let me just give an example. Let's say you gave $100,000 to a variable annuity company. Let's just say that's it. And you wait 5 years. They would say, at that time, we'll guarantee 5% of whatever that value is for the rest of your life. And depending on the variable annuity company, it could be continued for your spouse as well. Well, to make things a little bit more interesting, they'll allow the money that you give them to be invested within parameters in stock funds, bond funds, international, etc., that you get to choose. So you get to manage it. But no matter, even if you lose all the money, you really magnificently pick poorly, they will still guarantee at least 5% of the money that you gave them in year 0. They will also, depending on the company, they will also many times give you bonuses until you decide to turn on the withdrawal. So as an example, you put $100,000 in. At the end of the first year, they might say, well, no matter what the actual value is, we're going to base that 5% on $105,000. And then the next year, 110, 115, 120, so that it's very possible that if you wait 5 years, you'll have 125,000 that they're basing the 5% on, not necessarily what the account value is. The interesting thing is that you don't irrevocably give the money to them. You can walk away with whatever your account balance is, in year 2, year 3, year 10, whatever it might be. And so this gives you some upside potential, particularly if you make more through your wise investment choices of the 5% that they guarantee. But at the very minimum, you know that you're going to get 5% for the rest of your life. Now, if you need more than 5%, you need 6 or 7, depending on the variable annuity company, you can also Like if 7%, they'll guarantee it for a little over 14 years. Now that doesn't really make much sense if you're 60 years old or maybe 65 years old, but if you're more advanced in age, then perhaps that meets your criteria of current income with the time horizon that you need. So this is really quite complicated. I've given you kind of the broad strokes, but it is a way that you can start to get your heads around or kind of focus on the income that you'll have guaranteed versus the dollar amount. And it's also to share the risk of that income need and that retirement with another source. In this case, it's a fixed or variable annuity company. They will take the risk. Basically, they think that long term, they can with the parameters that they give you, that they're not going to be on the hook for the full 5% because your account value is going to continue to make money, during that time frame. So anyway, there's going to be a bunch of disclosures after this video. Please read them. Please give me a call. I'm very happy to go over these techniques and these thoughts. Also, if you do this with a Roth, I almost forgot. If you put a Roth in there, then all the income is income tax free. So it accumulates income tax free and is distributed to you income tax free with basically the guarantee that the variable annuity company or fixed annuity company gives you. So anyway, my name is Mike Brady with Generosity Wealth Management. I am a registered rep with QA3 Financial, and read all the disclosures I'm just about to put up here, and you have a wonderful week. Thanks. Bye-bye.